Hello everyone, this is Midlife Music Teacher and I'm Mrs. G. And in this video, we are headed back to school after the Christmas vacation. It is now 2026 and we have an interesting week coming up. I invite you to join me as we take this week from the top. So it is Sunday evening, the Sunday before one of the most chaotic weeks of the school year. I just say chaotic, not because it really is, but because my brain makes it so. Chorus begins this week, and when chorus begins, I always have these crazy dreams that I'm going to have dozens of kids after school that are going to be running around, making lots of noise, not paying any attention to me. And by the time I rein it in, the time for rehearsal is up and we haven't sung anything. Now, why do I have this reoccurring dream? I don't know. I have spent months preparing for this week. I've spent decades running these kinds of after-school programs. I should be used to this by now, but my brain still gives me these crazy dreams. So join me as we begin this chorus week. Today is Monday. The week chorus begins, and it's the first day back from vacation. And so not only do I have my regular things that I have to bring in, I also have my ukulele. I have all the Nutcracker packets that I corrected over vacation. I also have my keyboard and all the things I need for my keyboard because I use that for chorus. I bring my portable keyboard from home rather than have to take the clavinova from my classroom and move it to the gym every Tuesday. So I am probably going to have to make more than one trip out here to my car. So one of the things about why I feel sometimes the week of chorus is chaotic is, again, just my brain. It isn't chaotic, but my brain tends to dwell on things and stress on things. I have spent so long preparing and getting ready for this week. I spend pretty much 10 months leading up to chorus preparing for it. Over the summer, I start to select my repertoire. And usually what happens is in the course of the school year, I'll find a song that I really like and I'll be like, I want to do this song with my chorus. And then after choosing that song, I come up with like a theme. I really like coming up with a theme. It helps me kind of narrow down the songs that I select for the chorus. Some of the themes I've used are a celebration of music, the power of music, and possibilities, a celebration of life. I always do these concerts as part of Music in Our Schools month, and the artwork done on these is by my daughter. After that, I spend months selecting repertoire. When school gets started, I make my schedule. I get the schedule approved by the administration, and then I fill out my facility request forms so that everybody in the district knows that I'm going to be using the gymnasium those weeks during that time for chorus. One of the other things I do is I reach out to the middle school and high school chorus directors and ask if any students want to help me, whether they're doing honor society or they're working on a senior project or they're looking for volunteer hours for whatever it is. I request help from middle school and high school students, so I send those emails out. I create a Google Classroom so that as I collect the contracts, I pass out my contracts after signups. And I'll link the video below where I had my chorus signups week about a month ago. And so as I collect the contracts, I invite the students to the Google Classroom. During that week, I also field a lot of emails and questions. I also follow up with students whose parents signed them up, but they didn't turn their contract in. I create an email list and I start to email all the parents and guardians of the chorus students
Whenever I do that, I always include the administration so that they know what I'm communicating to parents. I create a wait list for the students that maybe didn't sign up in time. And so over the next week or so, I'll find out who's truly committed to the chorus. And if there are some kids that drop, I'll go to the wait list and I'll invite those kids up. One of the other things I do before vacation starts is I make a chart. And what I do is it's not scientific. I write down students' heights. And again, not scientific. I kind of base it on my own height. And so some students are S, small, M, medium, medium, small, medium, tall, tall. Again, it's not scientific. What I'll do with that list during vacation is I will create a standing chart. So I already have a standing chart created for tomorrow. And this is it. Today's the day. It is Tuesday, January 6th. It is chorus day. And as I was saying yesterday, I am pretty much ready to go for today. I have all my signed standing for this afternoon. I have prepared myself for this day. I practiced all the music over vacation, not only singing all the parts, conducting, but also making rehearsal notes of where I think might be tricky spots for the students so we can rehearse them right away without having them become mistakes first. I have sent my emails out. Yesterday morning, I fielded quite a few emails from the initial email I sent out Sunday night, just reminding everybody about chorus. And so that is done, communicated with the parents. So over vacation, I posted all the music, all the rehearsal tracks to the Google Classroom. So hopefully some of the students maybe have gone and listened to the music in advance. It's not a requirement. My chorus cart, I got all set up yesterday. My keyboard is on it, my speaker. I have the wires I need in order to attach my Chromebook. I have all my clipboards with my attendance/standing arrangement sheets, my bathroom sign-out sheets, pencils. I have all of the student packets with all of the music that I'm going to pass out this afternoon. I did my lesson plan for this afternoon's rehearsal. That's printed out and ready to go. So everything is prepared for this evening's rehearsal. The only unknown I have right now is whether or not I'm going to have any help. So in the past, I have always used middle school or high school helpers. And while I did, over the past month, send an email to the middle school and high school, I haven't heard anything if anybody's going to show up or not. And part of the issue is I don't really know this group of seniors and juniors as well as I've known the previous classes of kids. These juniors and seniors only had me for a very limited time before that elementary school that I used to work at closed. And during those few years, I was not running a chorus program. So these students really haven't had me ever as a chorus teacher and very limited experience with me as their music teacher. So I don't know them as well, and I don't know if anybody's going to show up to help me. I did have a staff member who was a former student who went through my choral programs when she was in elementary school. She showed interest in helping, so I gave her a schedule. She didn't commit to anything, and that's okay. I don't know if I'm going to have any help tonight. So I woke up at 5 o'clock this morning, like I always do, and I had my brain wrapped around whether or not I'm going to have any help. What can I do this afternoon if I don't have any helpers? And so helpers really help with the flow of the rehearsal. And it's not that I can't do the rehearsal without any helpers. However, it's going to impact the flow, like I said, of the rehearsal. It's going to make there have to be interruptions in the rehearsal. If I'm the only person there in charge of anything, then kids are going to have to ask me to go to the bathroom. Kids are going to have to ask me if they need help with something or other. Whereas the helpers would be available for kids to talk to so that I could run the rehearsal without those types of interruptions. So I racked my brain thinking about what am I going to do if I don't have any helpers, and I think I've come up with some solutions to this, and I'm not going to share them here just yet because I am hopeful that I will have some help. And the last thing that I wanted to bring up this morning, Tuesday morning, is that I have a student teacher who is supposed to be starting on Monday. And as of yesterday morning, I had not heard from her. I have filled out all the paperwork. I've gotten emails from the college. I got an email from the superintendent's office saying that everything is ready to go for her to start on January 12th. But I hadn't heard from her yet. Yesterday, right towards the beginning of my second class, I received a notification that I did get an email from her, which is good. There's certain things I have to relay to a student teacher prior to them arriving here at the school. So last night I sent her an email with everything that I relay to a student teacher, what time to be here, what our hours are, where to park, what documentation she needs to bring with her, a little synopsis of my schedule, what I teach. I tell her about the curriculum that I use if she wants to look at it before. And so it could be moving forward that she's available to help me on Tuesday afternoons for rehearsal. That might be something that she'll do. That is how this morning is. I will let you know tomorrow how the day goes. Today is Wednesday, and yesterday was one for the books. It was a roller coaster of the day, and I would have never thought sitting in my car yesterday morning that Tuesday was going to be quite the day it was. I must say this though, despite the roller coaster ride that yesterday was, the high point of the day was chorus. The rehearsal went great. It did turn out that I had no helpers. So what I did yesterday was, our school has a leadership program that's run by the assistant principal and the dean of students. And so what I did was I looked at the name of the kids who are in the leadership program and those who are also in the chorus. And so what I did is I marked down those kids and I gave them jobs. So they passed out the papers, and in the future I'm going to have them take attendance, monitor the bathroom, sign out, and that sort of thing. So even if I don't have any helpers join me from the middle school or high school, at least I can give some of the kids jobs to do. I think even though I didn't need any helpers yesterday, it really went smoothly. I'm pretty sure I'm probably going to need some other responsible older student or adult that will be there with me. It's just because I'm one person and I only have 2 eyeballs. And there's a lot of kids in it. So I think I might just reach out to the staff here and just be like, hey, if anybody's hanging around on Tuesday and want to pop in and maybe just help monitor things. I don't like to make people feel obligated to help me. I always plan things as though I'm not going to have any help, as though I'm going to be alone, because that way, if you are counting on someone and they're not there, sometimes that can be just like a last minute overwhelming thing. So I plan as though no one's going to help me. And then if someone's there, it just takes things off of my plate if there's other people there. But I try to make sure that my plate is manageable for myself if necessary. Today, I'm going to go in there and literally pick up the pieces from yesterday afternoon. What I do is I just load everything up on my chorus cart. Luckily, nobody left anything behind yesterday, but sometimes, well, they're 3rd and 4th grade kids. They leave stuff behind. So I would just chuck all that stuff on the chorus cart. I got my stand, I get the chorus cart with everything on it. I push it back into my room. I grab my purse, I lock my closet, and I leave on Tuesdays. So one of the things that was really good is that everybody got picked up on time. That's always one of those things that you can't really plan for with elementary after school activities, is that everyone gets picked up on time. Luckily, everybody did. So I hope that is a trend that continues. In any case, I gotta go clean up. I left everything obviously I left my room a little bit of a mess as well because I had to go get ready for chorus. My room was a mess from my last lessons, so I have to go clean all that up this morning. On a side note, any other music teachers still rocking an MENC coffee mug? Anyway, let's go in there and make some music today. Today is Friday, and this week has felt like a month. Wednesday, I went into my room and I cleaned up the mess from Tuesday afternoon. I did have free choice music classes for most of the day on Wednesday, so I was able to clean my desk off, clear my cart off. I was able to start thinking about and planning lessons for next week. I started to work on my binder for my student teacher. I started a bunch of things, and I made a list of the things that I need to complete. Yesterday, I started the day off by meeting with a group of students that I'm going to have on Thursday mornings, and they're going to help with the after school group learn the material a little better. They're going to kind of be my like chorus leaders. And it's so nice to start the day with singing, and it just made yesterday that much better than the rest of the week has been. Also, I had half my classes doing free choice or centers, and I taught half my classes lessons. So I have a lot I have to get done today. I need to wrap up things that need to be wrapped up from this week. I need to do a little more preparing for next week with a student teacher. I hope that after this school day and this week is done, I can do a little reflecting on how this whole week went, and how, even though I said that the chaos was in my brain only, I felt a lot of it kind of manifested itself as the week went on, and hopefully today is not chaotic. Like I said, I'm teaching the first half of the day, and my kindergartners are going to get some centers today, so hopefully that will go well. I'll check back at the end of the day. I have come home. It is Friday afternoon, and today was a pretty smooth day, I would say, overall. I taught my first 3 lessons. My kindergartners at the end of the day had centers, which I think went very well. I do just want to reflect on the fact that I called this Chorus Chaos Week, and I have to tell myself never to call a week like that again, because I feel like the chaos manifested itself. Now, granted, the rest of the week since Tuesday has been much more smooth, but I worked really, really hard this week. I worked really hard to prepare for this week, to get through this week, to prepare for next week. I think I'm sort of prepared for next week. I also this week had to prepare for a student teacher who begins on Monday. I think I'm pretty much sorted out so that I'm ready for the student teacher to start on Monday. I think so. I cleaned my desk. I made a space for my student teacher. I made a binder. I tried to prepare my students, letting them know that there's going to be a guest teacher coming to the school. I mean, I've done everything I possibly can at this point. And next week should run very similar to this week, only without the chaos. That's what we're aiming for. No more chaos. That is how chorus began this week. I will check mark that rehearsal off, and we will move forward. This is the end of the Chorus Chaos Week video. And with that, I am going to go in. I'm going to enjoy my weekend, which I'm sure will be over in a flash. Thank you so much for watching and joining me this week. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, like this video, check out some of my other videos. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.